All aboard.
Come all you rounders if you want to hear a story about a brave engineer. Casey Jones was the rounder's name. On a 6/8 wheeler, boys, he won his fame. The caller called Casey at 4:30, kissed his wife at the station door, mounted to the cabin with his orders in his hand, and he took his farewell trip to that promised land. Casey Jones mounted to the cabin, Casey Jones with his orders in his hand. Casey Jones mounted to the cabin, and he took his farewell trip to that promised land. Casey Jones mounted to the cabin, Casey Jones with his orders in his hand. Casey Jones mounted to the cabin, and he took his farewell trip to that promised land. Put in your water and shovel in your coal. Put your head out the window, watch them drivers roll. I'll run her till she leaves the rail, 'cause I'm 8 hours late with that western mail. He looked at his watch and the watch was slow. He looked at the water and the water was low. He turned to the fireman and he said, "We're going to reach Frisco, but we'll all be dead." Casey Jones, going to reach Frisco. Casey Jones, but we'll all be dead. Casey Jones, going to reach Frisco. We're going to reach Frisco, but we'll all be dead. Casey Jones, going to reach Frisco. Casey Jones, but we'll all be dead. Casey Jones, going to reach Frisco. We're going to reach Frisco, but we'll all be dead. Casey pulled up that Reno hill. He tooted for the crossing with an awful shrill. The switchman knew by the engine's moan that the man at the throttle was Casey Jones. He pulled up within 2 miles of the place. Number 4 stared him right in the face. Turned to the fireman, said, "Boy, you'd better jump, 'cause there's 2 locomotives that are going to bump." Casey Jones, 2 locomotives. Casey Jones, that's a going to bump. Casey Jones, 2 locomotives. There's 2 locomotives that are going to bump. Casey Jones, 2 locomotives. Casey Jones, that's a going to bump. Casey Jones, 2 locomotives. There's 2 locomotives that are going to bump. Casey said just before he died, "There's 2 more roads that I'd like to ride." Fireman said, "What can they be?" He said, "The Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe." Mrs. Jones sat on her bed a-sighing. Just received a message that Casey was dying. Said, "Go to bed, children, and hush your crying, 'cause you got another papa on the Salt Lake line." Mrs. Casey Jones got another papa. Mrs. Casey Jones on the Salt Lake line. Mrs. Casey Jones got another papa, and you got another papa on that Salt Lake line.
Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from sunny California to the icebound Labrador. She's a mighty tall and handsome, she's known quite well by all. She's the beau's accommodation on the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engine, hear those lonesome hobos squall, while traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. This train, she runs to Memphis, Mattoon in Mexico, as she rolls through East St. Louis, and she never does it slow. She flies through Colorado and gives an awful squall. They tell her by her whistle she's the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engine, hear those lonesome hobos squall, while traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Our eastern states it Andes, so the western people say, from New York to St. Louis and Chicago by the way. From the hills of Minnesota where the rippling waters fall, no changes can be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engine, hear those lonesome hobos squall, while traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. The Boston Blackie, may his name forever stand, and always be remembered by the beaus throughout the land. His earthly days are over and the curtains round him fall. We'll carry him home to victory on the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, through the hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engine, hear those lonesome hobos squall. We're traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball, while traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball.